I feel like this song is a lot like Coke Zero. It's surprising, refreshing, energizing. What's up, friends? Today we're taking a listen to the latest song by NewJeans. The song is called Zero. We'll be looking at it from the perspective of a producer and songwriter. That's me, so expect a lot of pauses to go over specific individual elements of the song. Is this a Coca-Cola song? There's a Coca-Cola studio. Looking at just the intro, really like the synth tone they're going after there. Subdued, cut off a little bit of that high end to give it a bit of an underwater feeling, or maybe they just downsampled it. There's also this little glitchy effect at the beginning of some of those arpeggios, and I think it really adds an interesting character to the beginning. Really reminiscent of what you might expect from EDM. I like the compression that they are using on that synth that is responsive to the vocal. It's a really good synth, but it's in a similar range to the vocal. And so you've got a little bit of compression, just bringing it down whenever that vocal comes in, and then it comes right back up when the vocal is not there. You'll also notice they've added another synth that's in a bit of a lower range to kind of compensate for that fact. And you have the drums start coming in. Really cool drum pattern. Really quick. Really getting at it. Super clean vocals as well. As always, great vocals. Really like that part of the verse. It's super rhythmic, and it takes a really interesting flow on top of the rhythm that we've already established. You know, you're getting this ba-da-da-da-dum-da-da-dum-dum, and that's like ba-da-da-da-bum-bum, ba-da-da-da-bum-bum. Really different from kind of the rhythm coming out of the vocals before then. I'm not sure if the lyrics are referring to kind of this love song aesthetic of like, oh, you sparkle all around the world, like I could be with you anywhere. Or if she's just talking about how Coca-Cola almost like sparkles in your mouth because of the fizz. Unsure. I'm unsure. Love that pre-chorus, like that end of the pre-chorus. I don't ever want us to be, I don't ever. It's very EDM. It's totally something you'd expect from EDM. I like how it's kind of glitchy on top of that. And they have that lower vocal. It might even be one of their vocals just pitched down an octave. That's kind of like this what. It really adds to that glitchy effect so that when her vocal keeps repeating, it feels really natural. It feels like, oh, that's of course what should happen. Also bringing back those synths a little bit for that section. So it's kind of just like the drums and vocals. Coca-Cola really dig how they do that first verse where they leave this really big blank space for when they say Coca-Cola. I love that this song is actually about Coca-Cola. That's one thing I think is so interesting about the Asian music market, is they're so willing to have songs just be blatant advertisement for products. And honestly, I'm not opposed to that happening more in American markets. I would love to do that. I think it's fun. It can be, it's like its own little art form to it, and it creates a really interesting form, you know? We don't do it enough here, honestly. You know, all the music you get for products is normally not as inspired, but having a song that's just like exclusively about Coca-Cola is it's so weird, but it's so fun. I like it. And it's great. I really like how they lead into that whole section with a and then again you got those yeah really far in the background. Kind of sounds like this hip hop vocal. And the rest of the drums that aren't the hi-hat, are going a lot slower than everything else. So it gives it this nice groove, even though the hi-hat is just like doing those 16th notes just super quick. And the vocals are really slow too. Coca-Cola, da, da, da. Not as fast as what we experienced in the verse or pre-chorus. So yeah, it gives like a lot of space, creates this really nice differentiation, even though we can still see that that song is moving just as fast as it was earlier. That kind of like big contrast between the hi-hats and everything else that's going on is really interesting. Really clean vocal right there. Also liked the addition of that kick and snare on this portion. You've taken away that faster arpeggiated synth that was in the high end, just completely removed it for the second verse. And honestly, I think it's functional. I think it works. It creates a nice differentiation. You've added more low end. You've taken away some of the high end, given more room for that vocal. It's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe. I like the transition of those two vocals. One has a bit of a lower register and also has a little bit more grit to like you hear like a tiny bit of vocal fry on there, which adds a nice differentiation between the two vocals singing right there. I kind of like that pre-chorus is almost exactly the same as the first pre-chorus. We had such a differentiation in the second verse that it's nice to kind of go back to something. I kind of like that low synth toward the end of the pre-chorus. It wasn't what we experienced the first time, and so it added this really nice flavor. Get it? Coca-Cola flavor. See you look and catch it, here's your cola. See you look and catch it, here's your cola. I can't get over how dope that groove is. Just Coca-Cola. Like, it just makes you want to get on the dance floor and get it. Oh, man, it makes me want to drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink soda, like hardly at all. You can catch it, here's your cola. You look and catch it, here's your cola. Love the here's your cola. I like the going from these really smooth vocals to like it's just this high vocal fry moment that really differentiates it. Yeah. Dope song. Dope song. Makes me want to drink some Coca-Cola. You know, I feel like this song is a lot like Coke Zero. It's surprising, refreshing, energizing. So jealous. I would love to do a song with Coca-Cola. If you're out there, Coke, hit me up. That was really cool. I like that. NewJeans kills it again. I think I like OMG just a little bit. I think it's a little catchier. Oh my God. It's just, it's a gem of a song. This song's still really great. Still really dug it. Coca-Cola Machita. Super sing-alongable. Just makes you want to get up and dance. I really like the fast aspect. It reminds me of like earlier EDM, like early 2000s EDM, where you had those really fast breakneck beats, but then it's adding some of the glitchiness that you see in later EDM, really paying respect to that whole genre. Really intelligent producer, grabbing influences from a lot of different places. And then you have that hyper polish that you'd expect from anything K-pop. Still, I like the glitchiness that you see throughout a lot of NewJeans material. I think it's cool, and I'm really excited to see how much this group continues to take off. Hope you've enjoyed this video and that it's given you some insight into the song. If it has, I'd really appreciate if you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the song. What do you think about K-pop groups doing blatant advertisements songs for companies? Do you think it's rad like I do, or do you think, they're such sellouts? Which I think is a ridiculous notion, but maybe you think that, and let me know your opinion. I'd really enjoy it if you checked out my music. I've got a song that's just about pizza. So if you like songs about pizza, check it out. That's it. Catch on the flip. Phrases, flavor, Lord and Savior. Serve my pizza in the prisons to correct behavior. Offer you a